Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Garlic is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We are back in Iridír, of all places, because apparently Girhâzi has a new quest that I hadn't realized about this, so let's check.
Tell me, how is Ningena?
Beriathan, it is good to see you. Tell me, how is Ningena? I am happy that things are progressing at Suru. I must confess, I have a problem for which I hope to gain your assistance. We have a prisoner by the name of Khûldim. He was once the Umun, the lord here, sent by the Empire of Ordâkh to keep the Ambarûli under their evil thumb. He was responsible for much suffering. Girhâzi clenches her teeth, visibly still angry about things this man has done. The Pashak surrendered to us instead of fighting, and now we are stuck deciding what to do with him. Some want him executed for his crimes, others think we should ransom him to the Ordâkhai, as surely he comes from a rich family. Amâsu thinks he may have a use, though. She believes he may have information for which we have been looking, but so far we have learned nothing from him. You should talk to Amâsu, though. She can explain better than I.
Ah, yes. Khûldim.
Amâsu spits out his name like just saying it befouls her tongue. That man has a corrupted heart and was a steadfast follower of the one who sees all. I weep for his mother, who must live knowing that his heartless creature is what her child became. But I am nonetheless glad that Umuri gave him mercy, as I believe he uncovered a secret during his time as overseer, and I would have him tell it to us. The old woman clears her throat, and her demeanor shifts into that of a teacher. Throughout the majority of Ambarûl's history, we have been ruled over by invaders from foreign lands. Our land is valuable for its fertility, and we are too few to be able to build an army large enough to defend ourselves. The Empire of Ordâkh is only the latest in a long history of tyrants. One thing that the Ordâkhai did that the others did not was forbid the teaching of reading and writing to any Ambarûli. With knowledge comes power, and they wanted to deny us that. When we lost our literacy, we lost our history and our culture. The old way was forgotten, and we have become a people who does not truly know who we are. Not all literacy was lost, however. When this was first enacted, a woman swore an oath that she would teach another of a younger generation in secret, so that all would not be forgotten. This oath has been passed on to me, and I have passed it to Girhâzi. What has also been passed on is the tale of the Dubarâkh, a hidden library where the books telling the stories of our people have been saved. Unfortunately, the location of the library has been lost to time. I believe that during his time as overseer, Khûldim learned the location of the Dubarâkh. It is vital to the survival of our culture that it is found. This is the only lead we have. Please, speak to Khûldim and see what you can learn. He is held here in the lodge. Yeah, I know. You would remember when we were doing the epic and I was about, when I went to sleep. You have found the prisoner Khûldim Umun, yeah. Our bed was around this place. That's when we had a dream, amazing dream by the way, and I did see Khûldim, and I thought it was weird to have this NPC here with nothing related to it. So now we know what Khûldim is related to. So you first need to complete the quests for Ningena, so there is a little bit of back and forth between Iridír and Suru, and on top of that, this will also lead you to the location of the Dubarâkh, which you will recall I was checking the deed log on the last episode looking for what location I had missed in Ambarûl, and the only one that we're missing is precisely this one. So it was just a matter of a missing quest all along. That's kind of cool.
What is this? A visitor? Introduce yourself, stranger. Who are you, and why are you here?
You give him your name and tell him you came to question him. He leers at you for a moment and then begins to laugh. You are a fool, Beriathan, sent on a fool's errand. Why should I tell anyone anything? My secrets are keeping me alive. If I tell you what I know, these people will lose the only reason they have to not execute me. All I have to do is keep my mouth shut and await rescue. Khûldim leans closer and sneers at you. You know? Where I come from, a man in my position would be properly tortured. Instead, you torture me with your poor company and mildly unpleasant food. You are all weak and pathetic. You inform him that nobody's coming to rescue him and take your leave. That is a cold one. That's Ah, that's a fantastic answer. Yeah. Enjoy.
How dare he insult our food?
She rubs her chin thoughtfully. He expects to be tortured, does he? I have an idea.
I think I know how to get him to tell us where the archive is.
Girhâzi has a mischievous grin and looks excited about her idea. It is worth a try anyway. We will talk to him together. Let me know when you are ready to go. So, good cop and bad cop? Are you ready? Just go along with whatever I am saying. Sounds like fun, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Khûldim, the former overseer of Ambarûl, under the Empire of Ordâkh, is believed to know the location of the Dubarâkh, a hidden library storing the knowledge of the lost history and culture of Ambarûl. Girhâzi has an idea to get her prisoner to reveal the location.
Remember, just go along with whatever I am saying. Back again, Khûldim? I am bored with our chats. They are very repetitive. Yes, I am back and this time my friend is with me. Great Khûldim. Yeah, I think... I am surprised you have friends. But why should I care? You should care because my friend is a powerful warrior who has slain countless Ordâkhai. Show Khûldim that you are powerful? Like with a flex? Yeah. Do you know why you were left here and did not go with the rest of the army? It is because you are weak. My friend, on the other hand, is a hero of the Pelennor. That I am. And stood with the host of the West at the Black Gate. Beriathan has slain many and has no problem slaying one more. Show Khûldim how courageous you are? So I'm guessing a roar, right? Pose. Well, close enough. That makes me miss a little the old days where you had to actually figure out which emote you were supposed to do. And it reminds me of the blade that was broken when we needed to get the Silithar to reforge Narsil, that you actually had to figure out which was the correct emote to show to... God, I forgot her name. It was so long ago, but you get what I mean, right? It was fun trying to figure that out. I kinda missed that. Girhâzi signals that she wants to talk to you, but makes no effort to keep her words unheard by Khûldim. I was planning on ransoming him and sending him back to his family once we learned where the archive is, but if he's not going to tell us, what do you think of giving the people of Ambarûl what they want? Public executions are distasteful though. We could even make it a fair fight, you against him. It wouldn't the same. No. You do not need to do that. Do I? What do you think, Beriathan? Challenge Khûldim to single combat. Fine. It is in a mine. Ah, a salt mine to the north of here. I can mark it. I can mark where it is on my map. I applaud Khûldim for his decision. It's been a long while, I believe, since we had an entire instance or even an entire quest be played out by just emotes. I'm having a blast. Yeah, you made the right choice, buddy. Proud of you. Girhâzi grins at you. Come, Beriathan, we're done here for now.
Ha! That was as fun as I thought it would be. You did well.
Thank you for that. I must say though, I still do not trust him, and it would be just like him to lead us into a trap. Sometimes though, walking into a trap is what must be done. I will go personally, as I would never send the Dumuri to do a thing that I would not do myself, and I will bring Khûldim along so that whatever fate befalls us will be his fate as well. You ask Girhâzi how she knew you were at the Pelennor and the Black Gate. She gives you a hearty laugh and a wink. I didn't, until now. That was really cool.
I could not have gotten this information without you. Would you like to come with us to search this salt mine?
I will gather some Dumuri volunteers and get Khûldim ready to be moved. Let me know when you are ready and we will be on our way. You are ready to go on this expedition? Then let us be off.
The Ordâkhai prisoner Khûldim claims that Dubarâkh, a hidden library Girhâzi and I have been searching for, is located inside this abandoned salt mine. Not trusting that the former overseer isn't leading you into a trap, Girhâzi has brought him along.
Well, this is it, Beriathan. Hopefully this Pashak is telling the truth, though I doubt it. We have no other clues to go on, so we must hold on to hope. I do not like the idea of being trapped here with no escape. I will leave the Dumuri here to secure our exit. We can handle the Uzenkuni we will likely encounter in these caves. Alright, Khûldim, get moving. Yes, of course. It is just this way. Yeah, here they come. Ready your weapons. Always. Don't worry, girlie, I'm gonna be okay. Uh-oh, what's that? Who were those people? Why are there people here, Khûldim? How should I know? I do not know these people. What is the meaning of this, Khûldim? Yes. My good friend Khûrdak, please help me. Slay them and free me, they are your enemies. You dare lead our enemies directly into our home and then ask us to help you? What gall. You will die for this, Khûldim. Kill them. Pity, I was starting to like Khûldim. He was a funny guy, while it lasted. That was unexpected, to say the least. Have you been hurt? We should leave here before more arrive. I do not know how many members this cult may have, and we are only 2. Perhaps we can return later with more warriors to oust these cultists. For now, let us return to Iridír.
Unsurprised that Khûldim lied to us.
I only wish it had not been so. Curse it all, now we have no hope of finding the Dubarâkh. That coward got himself killed when he could have gone home to Ordâkh. What a fool. He lied to us for no reason but to deprive us of something we want. You can see her sadness shifting into anger. I will never understand why people hate us so. Leave me be, I need to think. Talk to Amâsu if you must talk to someone. Please excuse Girhâzi's behavior. I have noticed that when she does not wish to feel pain, she reacts into anger. It has been so since Ukax and her boys were taken from her. Her pain is something she will eventually have to face, but let us not worry ourselves about it today.
It is unfortunate that you have found nothing but danger on your outing.
I had thought it quite possible that Khûldim was telling the truth. It would make sense if the archive were in the old salt mines. It would be well hidden, protected from the elements, and the salt would keep the papyrus dry, allowing the scrolls to remain intact for centuries, if not ages. The venerable woman looks thoughtful for a moment. I now wonder if Khûldim led us in the correct direction by accident. There are other mine tunnels in the hills to the north. Beriathan, if you do not mind, return to that area and see if you can get into the other tunnels. If so, it may be worth exploring. I have a hope, a faint glimmer of hope, that this last quest that we barely missed is the one that will eventually lead us into the instance. I think it was the Fane of the Accursed, which the entrance is by the salt mines. It would make sense from a storytelling perspective to have the instance be the end of the entire storyline of the region of Ambarûl. And it seems this questline is going to do just that. So that is my hope. If it turns out to be true, then maybe that also means that we will get a quest to go to the tombs in Khûldim when we complete all the quests there. So I have twice as much hope now.
Today is a good day.
Hastalgur, back again, are we? You tell the Shen that you are trading on behalf of Tibida in Western Khanâg and would like to buy produce. One moment. Please don't take long because I really need to check these salt mines.
Hastalgur, stranger.
The Shen takes the copper ingot and hands you a crate loaded with a generous variety of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and a jar of honey. There we are. Give Tibida my thanks for her business. Yeah, I am quite certain she will be more thankful. But yeah, this was an easy one. And we do need to return to the salt mines. So yeah, fingers crossed. Wish me luck. I also think it's a little bit weird that we have not gotten a single clue to go and check this temple that it seems was was destroyed when the Jumuri rebelled against the Ordâkhai. And to be honest with you, I don't remember we had already climbed the stairs. It seems we have. Pity, I hoped that we might also find a treasure cache hidden here. There was a treasure cache in the Magda Corvo, outside the Magda Corvo, but I guess that means the lightning doesn't fall in the same spot twice, right? We might be hard pressed for time, especially if we need to do the instance as well. If my feelings are right. So yeah, going in with a horse might help. Remember a couple episodes ago when we were riding through Khûldim, maybe even just the last one, I said, boy, I wish I had going to a bolt and grab a mount speed buff. Turns out I had one on my backs all along. But since this one is just a short ride, I don't think we really desperately need it now. So I'm gonna hold on until maybe we go back to Khûldim, because we have seen there is a lot of riding. Especially because finding the entrance to places there is not that easy. I have never used one of those mount speed bobs, and maybe after I do, I will find out it is so much useful that I will not want to go back to regular mount speed, even with the 78% that I already have. So who knows? I mean, those bobs were first introduced to the game so many years ago. There are 2 other gated tunnels, yeah. Those bobs were introduced so many years ago, but I have never used them. So I really don't know what I am missing. The gate is locked securely and will not open. What about this one? The lock is rusted enough for you to break open the gate. That was so close. Explore Uzankuni. No, defeat Uzankuni and explore the tunnels. Huge tunnels on top of that, so... And I really don't want to go and grab aggro on a lot of enemies. Oh boy. Yeah. These guys hit like a truck. I mean, I'm fighting a lot of them. And on top of that, their bleeds are really nasty. We saw something very similar with the crabs in the Cape of Umbar. So, fighting 4 or 5 of these guys at once, it is doable. But I don't think I would want to do more than that. Dead end? Is there something here? Really? Maybe there is, but I need to defeat some other scorpions to find out. Oh boy. If that is the case... Thankfully, there are 3 scorpions in here, so I don't need to go that far away. Please. Let's not start with the lag now, it's too early for that. Never a good time, of course. Examine the wall. Good. The wall here seems unusually flat and different from the other walls in the tunnels. You aren't entirely sure, but you can imagine a hidden door here. You feel that it is information worth sharing with Amâsu. So that's it, basically. Okay, well, we have the master. We don't need to worry about exploring these caverns unless somewhere around here there is another treasure cache, but I don't think it's worth fully exploring the caves today just for that. Not when we have such a big mystery to solve. And that is more urgent, I would say. Oh, this is interesting indeed. Thank you for looking. You have given me new hope.
This is an interesting discovery. The more I think about it, the more I think I would like to see it for myself.
Awesome, acquaintance of the Corvani. You have made an intriguing discovery, Beriathan. The more I think about it, the more I think I would like to see it myself. I will go alone if needed, but would you be willing to take me to the suspicious wall you found in the salt mines? If Girhâzi is finished being cross, she may come as well.
I was wondering where you were off to. Another salt mine, you say?
You tell Girhâzi that you're taking Amâsu to investigate the tunnels and that she is invited if she would like to come. Invited, eh? Girhâzi chuckles. Amâsu knows quite well that she is like a mother to me, and I would sooner cut off my thumb than let her walk into potential danger without me at her side. Talk to me again when you're ready to go, and we will travel there together. Just a moment. Oh. Your efforts to assist the Corbani are noted among the people. To recognize your efforts, the leaders of the Shagani at Iridír wish to honor you with a gift and thanks. Decorative floors. Cool. I think... Khûldim. Okay, I will talk to him in just a moment. But I think this is like the Tail Warden's item that we also got. I mean, you get one from the quest, but you can barter for all the other ones, as many as you like. So it's not as restricted as it initially seems. Already? Let us be on our way then.
Acting on Amâsu's suggestion, you found another possible location for the Dubarâkh, the hidden library we have been seeking. Inside, you discover a curious wall that you suspect may be a secret door. Amâsu insisted on seeing it for herself, but she need not go alone.
This is very exciting, Beriathan. I have not been on an adventure in many years. You should have seen me in my younger days. I was quite rough and tumble. Lead on, my dear. Do watch your step, though. It seems there are a few Uzankuni in here. Let us go forth. Yeah, let me show you the way. Trouble ahead. Which way should we go, Beriathan? Well, I have it on my map. I really don't need to think about that too much. East seems to be the best way to go. East? I'm assuming you are talking about this one that is north, but anyway. Those Uzankuni are quite large. I am glad to have both you and Girhâzi here with me. Let us move quickly, though. This does not seem like a place where we should dally. East. I had not seen this corridor to the east. I mean, I assume this one will take us to the same place anyway. Yeah. Interesting. I totally missed that corridor, as I said. Which way do we go from here? Look out! Oh boy, yeah, that's what I get for getting ahead. Stop it with the lag. Please. From here, the odd wall is to the north. Are we almost there, Beriathan? Amâsu wishes to travel quickly, but I believe we should slow down. She will not tell us if the journey is difficult for her. If we are close, I believe we should walk the rest of the way for her sake. You are sure Girhâzi that is just ahead. Do you really think the Dubarâkh would be in a salt mine? It would make perfect sense. It is very cool and dry in here, unlike the outside. I know not how they would have kept the Dubarâkh so well hidden, though. Is that it ahead, Beriathan? Yeah, behold the wall. You are quite right that this wall does not look like the others in this mine. Do you truly think it may be a door, though? What do you suppose may open it? This is a puzzle indeed. What? Did you see that? This was not here a second ago. What caused it to appear? Girhâzi, your axe. It is a key. Yes, I see the shape now. Hold on. You have discovered the Dubarâkh, and we have completed scouting Ambarûl. We have a title, some virtue XP. Bless Irmu. So many scrolls. I cannot believe we actually found it. Beriathan, come and speak with me. Cool. I mean, sorry Amâsu, but it's really hard to get you both in the frame, so I'm just gonna go with Girhâzi here. Yeah. Nihu, Beriathan, we found it. I am stunned. I confess there was a part of me that believed it would never be found in my lifetime, and yet here we are. This is a beautiful treasure trove of knowledge. The culture and history of Ambarûl has been preserved for us in this room. This will restore our sense of identity and help us to rebuild, to uphold our independence. Thank you, Beriathan. You have done our people a great service, and we will never forget it. I will place guards here to ensure the safety of Dubarâkh, and you are always welcome to return here should you desire it.
What an incredible day this is!
What an incredible day this is, Beriathan. We have found the Dubarâkh. It feels like a dream that I will wake up from at any moment. We will now be able to learn our full history, to learn who we are and where we came from. The fire of the Ambarûli will be rekindled, and this would not have happened without your help. I confess that I did not trust you at first, but you are a true friend, Beriathan, and you will always be welcome here among us. Our people weep with joy. Thank you, Beriathan. If you ever wish to return to Dubarâkh, there will be Dumuri posted at the mine entrance to escort you there. Oh, cool. Good to know. Vitality, tactical mitigation, finesse. Primary essence, basic essence. Like, maybe I could see myself using one of these. Vitality, critical rating. Vitality, critical rating, finesse. Yeah, why not? Cool. What do we have here? Finally, these warriors show up.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Hostile Guru Beriathan, my captain Ingena sent me to seek you out. She would like you to consider helping a man from Khûldim into the south. He is insistent and I feel she finds him rather irksome. She requests that you come to speak with her at the Ragwade.
This valley belongs to the Shagani, and no one else.
Hostile Guru Beriathan, I have standing orders to escort you back to the Dubarâkh if you wish to return there and study the documents. Please let me know if you would like me to take you there. A reputable quest? Let me see, you would like to go then? This is wonderful news. Guard duty is so dull. Wow, what is all this? Oh, so maybe some Easter eggs of some kind? Ah, okay.
Is there something you need?
I know, this is just to come back, but no, let me read this then. This document is a very old letter written in a neat, even hand. Dearest sister, I hope all is right in Pelargir. Are you being treated fairly? In Haradwaith, the war goes well, though it was not always so. From Harondor we crossed the river and defeated the Haradrim at the Battle of the Carrion Dam. Their army was disorganized and it turned into a great victory. Many foes were slain. We then took the lands north of the Reed Flood at great cost, but could not cross to the south because the enemy destroyed the only bridge. This bought them time to rally their troops for a counterattack that forced us north again. The prince was wounded in battle with a fell blade of some evil make, an injury it gave him that could not be healed by any art. The prince faded and succumbed to his wound, as you likely have already learned. We were unnerved, but we pushed south again, driven by the king's wrath. Aided by victories on the coast, our second march south proved more successful. I believe the Haradrim kings are dead already, and Harad will soon kneel before Gondor and swear fealty to the king, as they will have no other choice. I hear that we will not be returning immediately upon their surrender, so do not expect it. I believe we will first be demanding tithe and tribute from those we have conquered. Send my love to Beardsley and do give him some rubs upon the belly on my behalf. Your loving brother, Amathion. This scroll is very fine, like it was expensive in its day. History of the Madar, document of unknown origin procured from a traveling merchant in 3rd Age 832. The realm cleaving the Madar ended the years of joy. Civil war shattered the great Chariot of Hamad. Ambarûl remained loyal to Queen Luzimi, as did the rest of the Iqorbani, and fought for her and her heirs for more than 100 years. Gondor then broke its neutrality and sent soldiers to the aid of the Loyalists, not out of friendship but to counter the Kandari who had thrown their weight behind the eastern rebels. These saved the Loyalists from defeat. Merchants of the great city of Yagana then brokered a peace that split Hamad into two separate realms. Under this truce, Ambarûl owed fealty to neither, being a part of the Ibili lands, so named for the council of wise men chosen by the merchants of Yagana to serve as a shield between the two rival realms. This brought peace, but the years of joy did not return. The wounds of the Madar cut deep, but war weariness crept into men's bones and a quiet settled over Shagana. All was not always calm between Hamad and Eresh, but with both Gondor and the merchants of Yagana invested in maintaining the truce, the Ibili Council kept war at bay. Okay. This document appears to have been a poster of some kind. Beware Inkanush, the secret man, appearing as a mad man always garbed in grey who causes confusion wherever he walks. Inkanush leads some wise young people into danger. Inkanush causes widespread disaster and madness. He is a trickster who can conjure flame from the air. He is a fool who gets himself into all manner of trouble and is always saved by luck. He is many things and goes by many names. Avoid him always or catastrophe will befall you. Inkanush, isn't that one of Gandalf's names? I think he mentions that in the Two Towers when he meets with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli at Fangorn. Yeah. Yeah. Not Inkanush as we are saying it in here. His name in the south, Incanus, comes from the Latin word Incanus meaning grey or grey-haired, but Tolkien reinterpreted it as a Western word meaning grey mantle. I'm just reading a couple of posts on Quora. Olorin, Mithrandir, Tharkun, Greyhaim, Old Greybeard, Stormcrow, Ladspell. But Inkanush is not. Incanus is the name given to Gandalf by the people in the south, according to the Tolkien Gateway. Gandalf names, it may be a translation from the Haradrim Inkanush, meaning North Spy. But the link, it's broken. I mean, we're already down the rabbit hole, so... The Two Towers. No, but it was not to Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. This is what Faramir told about his conversation with Gandalf. In the south in Canus. Okay. Although Incano seems to be of unclear language and meaning, a note in the Thane's book said it is a Quenya form simply adapted from a word in the tongue of the Haradrim Incanus, or possibly Incanus, meaning North Spy. Incanus in Latin means grey-haired. However, Christopher Tolkien has noted that the coincidence in form might be an accident. His father wrote Incanus Latin in a later published manuscript, suggesting that the similarity was perhaps more than a coincidence. Tolkien also changed his mind several times about the meaning of Incanus. Besides the etymology given above, his other variations were an archaic Quenya word meaning mind ruler from Int Mind and Cano ruler, governor, chieftain, an adaptation from Quenya Incanuse meaning mind mastership, a possible Western invention meaning grey mantle. In a draft manuscript of the Lord of the Rings, different names used were Forlong, Fornold, Incanus. Okay, so yeah, it is talking about Gandalf. Cool. Really cool. Vealonde. The ink used on this scroll is fading and difficult to read. You find one section that is legible. The haven of Vealonde, built upon the shores of Umbar at the Icorban's mouth. With him came we who taught the marshfolk many feats of landshaping and stonework, that they may harness the water and direct it. By the hands of men came causeways and irrigation channels that run throughout the land. Like never before, Ambarûl flourished under the guidance of greater men. So this is talking about the Númenóreans. Rival kingdoms hungered for the abundance of a prosperous Ambarûl. The brigands of the wilderness could not match us in battle, but for centuries we did clash with men from the east who waged a war of conquest. We were pushed back to Vealonde itself, and Ambarûl was overrun. No longer needing the marshlands to source food, we chose to abandon Ambarûl and fortify our holdings. Thus was built Telperian's Wall, Ambarûl no longer part of our kingdom. So I think we had also learned something about that when we were reading about the entry of Telperian's Wall in the deed log. So I don't remember if Vealonde was mentioned on that deed entry or is part of another Tolkien text that I don't remember right now. This scroll is torn in places and appears to have some water damage. Account of the war, the Great Alliance by Ambarûl. Gondor ruled in Umbar. Ambarûl was but a poor country with little trade or wealth. There was a revolt in Umbar. Warlords soon came to Ambarûl and demanded our people take up arms and follow them to battle against Gondor, which we did. Our soldiers were among those who seized the Gondorian lands of Dubarâkh. We then crossed the river Kashur to invade Ithilien. The foreign generals treated us cruelly, marching us past endurance and forcing us to be among the first into battle, that we would be the first to fall. One day, it was as if a clamor was lifted and rose up against our masters along with many other soldiers. Tired of dying on Gondorian swords we were. Seeing the kings of Gondor and his armies arrayed against us, killed our masters, threw down our weapons, and quit the field. Interesting. So, what the Ambarûli did during the War of the Last Alliance. This document is in fairly good shape, but the handwriting is much and difficult to read in places. Tale of Grandmother of Third Age, translate. Before the years of joy were the dire days. It was chaos in the valley, and Gondor ruled and all lands west of Telperian's Wall. Our people suffered and starved as crops failed. Brigands, while Gondor did not but repair their wall. After years of and woe, a lord came into power up the river and united the folk of the Icorban under one banner. Thus was born the great Sharat of Hamad, our first true kingdom since the First Age. Ambarûl was among the first to join the realm. The Shar slew the great champions of Khand, Gondor, and the Southern Realm in battle. Then he set aside his sword and declared himself a man of peace. Alliances with the lands he had defeated in battle, including Gondor, were forged, and Hamad grew to be all of Shagana north of the river Usal, save Umbar. These were the years of joy, a time of peace. Trade, learning, and art bloomed. The bridge in Iridír was built and the road of riches repaired. The dwarves returned at last, drawn by commerce. The Kintai too walked to the woodlands with us and helped to restore fields and fens that had wasted during the dire days. Elperian's Wall. Cool. This ancient looking scroll has a label on it. An account from an unknown old man translated in 3339 of the Second Age, transcribed 3rd Age 736. We lived in the shadow cast by Telpenian's Wall, daunting and impregnable. The Eastern Tyrant sent his riders both north and south to harry the less well-protected borders. Ambarûl unguarded, the men of Númenor returned and seized control of much of Shagana. Folk to the south and west rose up against our colonizers and we joined with them. When all was over, the wall of Telperion was sundered and the marshes once again answered to Ashar, Urlum Wrathhand of Umbar. Under Urlum's son Ulmish, we fell to Númenor again. Ulmish then travelled to the land of Mordor and with a new strength did repel our oppressors once more. Then from Númenor came a king who allied with southern traders to bring Umbar and Ambarûl back under Númenorian rule. The king then returned to his island, leaving cruel lords to rule over us. They mistreated us and took many as captives to serve them. After wretched Númenor was swallowed by the sea, our lands fell into disarray. Men from the south swept in and seized control of much of Shagana, aided by people called Kingsmen. Huh. I think, is that it? The scroll is extremely fragile, and you have to handle it carefully lest it return to dust. Of the Nartani. Excerpt from Of the Nartani written by Kentando in 2nd Age 1405, transcribed by Illuminati 3rd Age 422. It was told that the First Age saw the coming of men to the broad marsh. Called the Nartani, they were preceded by the elvish people calling themselves Tarthai and Kintai, as well as dwarfs of the Temamir clan. It is said they lived in the valley peacefully and in darkness. When men awoke, the Kintai thought them much of tending the land. The Nartani venerated a nature spirit known as Imu, who weeps, whom the elves also revere by another name. Oh, Irmu. Avarûn was the first kingdom to rule in the broad marsh. In likeness of a wealthier neighboring kingdom, they named their rule Shar. In friendship, Avarûn lived beside the seafaring kingdom of Umbrumara, for they were kin. Then came from the north and east raiders bearing weapons of bronze. Easily overwhelmed were the Nartani, who were not but farmers unfamiliar with warfare. Warlords took what they wanted from Avarûn, both food and people, and hewed the fortress to drive out the elves. Umbrumara then laid claim to the wetlands south of the Icorban, and Avarûn ceased to be. Alright, so I think this one is talking about the spirit that Citadel is worshipping back in Khûldim, but is it one of the Valar or one of the Maiar? God, it's been a while since I read the Silmarillion, so I am a little hazy on the details. The coming of Barkush. This document appears to be a page torn from a journal. There is a faith from the great southern empire who venerate a powerful figure, Barkush, he who sees all. Embraced in all southern lands and is taking hold in Ambarûl, now is the time of pyres when Barkushim have gained such power that the people turn openly on those who still practice the rites of Irmu, who weeps within much of Hamad. They ransack the temples and burn the faithful. The people lose faith in the weeping lady and erect shrines to the all-seeing. Are we talking about Nienna here? We are being driven underground and must hide ourselves and our relics lest the church find us. Like, yeah, it seems to be another name for Nienna. I think that's it for all these letters. Very interesting to read in them all. That reminds me something that the LOTRO team mentioned, I think, on the forums last year. That is that they did create a lot of lore for Umbar and Harad, but they weren't able to mention it all on the expansion because not all of it was relevant to the story they were telling. So it seems they found a way of leaving some of that lore in here for those interested in knowing more. And most likely they will pull from all these and more things that we still don't know to use in further storylines. But I think it's a very nice detail that they would let us come in here and learn a little bit more of the backstory they crafted for all these lands. And it's also really interesting how they are tying it with the history that we already know of Númenor, Gondor, even the Valar, of all things. So this has been really interesting. I hope you didn't mind this pause here, but I think the Lord deserved it.
This valley
We can go back now.
belongs to the Shagani, and
Amazing,
no
is
one
it not? I wonder what knowledge is within all these scrolls. Are you finished here? I can lead you back to Iridír if you would like. Ready? Off we go. I'm just a little disappointed that none of these would take us to the instance. It feels like we should have.
Is there something you need?
You are true to your word. We recognize all you have done with this simple offering. We would provide you more if you are willing to part with gain. If you wish, speak with Nekhurt and see what we offer. Yeah, there he is. So, white, dark, or red? I'm partial towards the dark again, so... Yeah, that was it. Here we have the papyrus scroll. We had already read this, and it was a very interesting piece of information as well. And here we can go back to
Is there something you need?
the Dubarâkh as many times as we like. But as you saw, this Dumori warrior appeared, is sending us back to Ningena. And it seems this is was supposed... Well, Ningena, you would remember, gave us the quest to talk to one of the men in the Rockway, and he was the one that sent us back to Khûldim. So this seems was supposed to be the vector all along. Maybe initially they had planned for a more linear progression, like similar to the Rohan and Gondor days, where you really needed to fully finish one area before you were given the quests of another one. And then at a later point in development, they decided not to do that and offered you another vector into Khûldim without having to complete the quests in Ambarûl. So on one hand, you have the openness of going wherever you like, whenever you want. On the other hand, this sort of story progression is lost a little bit, because this is when we were supposed to be sent to Khûldim. So all that we have done in the last, 5 episodes should have come after this. It's kind of crazy to think about it. And we still have not seen a quest that will lead us to the instance. That is also weird. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna take some time off camera to explore Iridír and just make sure that we are not missing something here. And I'll be back with you on the next one with an answer to that. And if there is no more quests, then we'll need to go back to Ningena and then go back to Khûldim. For the time being though, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.